What's up? It's your boy Dynast. At the end of this video, make sure you go to www.dynastymiro.com. Check out our indigenous African art, jewelry, fashion, and accessories. Also go to searchforuhuru.com. Check out, learn more information on the documentary we're shooting. Also contribute towards the documentary. Last but not least, go to amazon.com. Search the name Dynast Amir. Buy a book. I wrote them. So cop one. Wanted to shoot this video on if Uhuru Kenyatta was Benjamin Netanyahu, and if Uhuru was given an order, or if the UN, oppose, we'll say, Kenya occupying land, and we'll say Somalia or Uganda or any other country that, well, Uganda or Tanzania, or any country that borders Kenya that is not their land, that is not Kenyan land. If Kenyan, armed forces just went in and took over the land and decided they want to settle that land, displace people that are already in that land, on that land, and just decide to take it over, the response by the UN would be completely different versus the response that they just gave Benjamin Netanyahu, which is just a slap on the hand, slap on the wrist. So Israel continues to occupy illegal land that's not theirs. And, again, they get a slap on the wrist by the UN. But I guarantee you, if it was Uhuru Kenyatta or any African leader, and if the UN said, look, we oppose you doing this, we oppose you settling this land, and if Uhuru did it anyway and didn't listen and said, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want, you're not going to do shit about it. We don't respect you. In fact, I guarantee you, so Benjamin Netanyahu, in response, summoned some of the, UN ambassadors, the UN officials. And I guess they showed up to Israel to sit down and meet with him. Guarantee you, if it was Uhuru and he summoned these same 12 UN officials, they wouldn't show up. They won't come to Nairobi. They're like, whatever, you're going to listen or else. With that being said, guarantee you if Uhuru did the same thing, or Kenya did the same thing that Netanyahu did, or responded in the same way as far as, look, we're going to do what we want, we're going to move forward with illegally occupying and settling this land, I guarantee you the UN, the USA would have sent their drones, their CIA hitmen, would have had his ass back at the ICC, International Criminal Court, etc., etc. Uhuru's life will be in danger. They will send in, their own, UN will send in their mercenaries to probably start a coup and take them out. Which leads me to saying this, and I think Africans, you already know this, the UN, the West has no respect for you. Absolutely no respect for you. Ask Gaddafi. Ask Lumumba. Ask Thomas Sankara. They have absolutely no respect for you. And also, on top of that, you have no friends. You have no allies. The only allies you have are other African nations. But, like Gaddafi, if the UN comes, or if the West gets involved, they're just going to sit there and watch. So much for the African Union. So again, I just want to drive the point to Africans how the West does not respect you guys at all. Because I guarantee you if Uhuru Kenyatta would have responded in the same manner as Benjamin Netanyahu when the UN said they oppose Israel settling this land or occupying this land in the West Bank, if it was Kenya doing the same thing to any other country, and if they would have said, you know what, we're not going to listen to your directive, we're going to settle these lands anyway, they would have came for Uhuru's head. I guarantee it. So again, Africans, you're all you got, you're all you have, you're all you got. The UN does not serve the best interests of African nations at all. And again, the African Union needs to get it together. Because if the West would have came for that head, for Uhuru's head, they would have done nothing. The African Union, they just would have sat there and watched like they did Gaddafi. But I swore, wasn't Libya part of the African Union? So why didn't the African Union send in its troops to help Gaddafi? So, again, Africans, you're on your own. Something kind of similar to Assad. Assad has Russia. Russia backs Assad. But I guarantee you, African, Russia, no other country is going to come and save you. You're on your own. Your best bet is to hope and pray that another African country comes and helps out and participates and assists you guys. But again, when the West gets involved, everybody gets scared. Except for when the West came after Assad, and then, of course, Russia came in and helped them out. But the question you have to ask yourself is, where was Russia when the West came for Lumumba and Sankara? So again, Africans, you're on your own. You just have to realize that no one else will serve the best interests of Africans except for Africans themselves. Follow me on social media. Search for Uhuru on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. Dynasty Samir. Till next time, I'm out.